Welcome back, Fan Showdown Season 3, Episode 9. Let's get down to business.
Thank you to Luster for sponsoring this video. If you're like me, most of your shopping happens online. However, sometimes it's hard to figure out if you're really getting the best product for your money, and this is where Luster can help. Luster is a free product research assistant that helps you make informed purchasing decisions. Say you're shopping for something like a new monitor, but you don't really know which one to buy. Luster will immediately tell you which ones are the best for your budget so you can be sure you're getting the best bang for your buck. You can actually see why people chose the products they did by checking reviews and ratings from sources that you trust, like Wirecutter, Reddit discussions, and other YouTubers. Luster can even tell you if a product's on sale or compare prices across many retailers like Walmart, Target, or Best Buy. Online shopping is meant to be quick, so save time and money, and always get the best products by installing Luster using the link in the description below. It's completely free.
If you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around. This is the Fan Showdown, which is a series I run on the channel where you out there try to design what you think the best PC cooling fan should be. I then take those designs, I 3D print them, we put them head to head in our never-ending quest to find the best cooling fan design with the power
of the hive mind.
So if you would like to join the colony, check the description down below. You can find all the information you need, the critical dimensions for your fans, where to send your designs, which is thefanshowdown@gmail.com, and you can even find a template model to help you get started if you need a little help getting your fan started. So on this show, we could take pretty much every fan that we've ever printed and tested and put them in one of two classes, the performance class or the memes class. Last week, we saw one of the best performers we have ever seen on the channel, the T33 Mark III. So this week, I thought it would be interesting to take 4 fans that look like they also came to play and put them head to head to see if we can outmatch the T33 Mark III. I guess 3 fans. 3 fans look like they came to play. The other one is the OG. And we're gonna start with the OG, which isn't the name that the designer gave it, but I think it's fitting. I think it's appropriate name for the fan, and I'm almost certain that you have seen this fan at least once in your life. This is the Farm Windmill Fan, and it was created by Wren, and the inspiration behind this fan is a farm windmill. More specifically, the steel wind-powered water pump produced by air motors. These windmills were extremely popular in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and what's even more interesting is you can still buy these windmills new today. I mean, there's a good chance that if you've ever spent any time walking around like an old farm or ranch, you've probably seen one of these old, forgotten air motors wasting away in some corner of a field out there. But thanks to Wren, this iconic design has been reimagined to not move water this time, but to move air. Now this next fan, it was inspired by something a bit more current. This is the Dogtooth, and it was created by Nikor, and it just looks cool right out the gate. Now, Nikor said that one day he was just browsing the internet and came across a photo of an F-4 Phantom pulling a high G maneuver and noticed the vortex forming right around that iconic step in the F-4 Phantom's wing. The F-4 Phantom was an American tandem seat twin-engine supersonic jet interceptor / fighter bomber developed by McDonnell Aircraft for the United States Navy way back in the early 50s. The aircraft was produced from 1958 to 1981, with 5,195 being built, which makes the F-4 Phantom the most numerous U.S. supersonic jet ever built. Now, even if you're not familiar with the F-4 Phantom itself, there's a good chance you probably recognize its silhouette. During the development of the F-4 Phantom, early wind tunnel tests revealed that the aircraft suffered from an excessive lateral instability. To correct this issue, engineers kind of discovered that they needed to add 5 degrees dihedral to the wings. No big deal, except the central titanium structure of the wing had already been designed, and redesigning that structure was not ideal. So instead, they opted to add 12 degrees dihedral to the wingtips. This created an average dihedral over the entire span of the wing to the required 5 degrees. Now this little 12-degree section on the wingtips is what we're interested in. That is the location of the feature in which Nikor's fan derives its name, the Dogtooth. A Dogtooth extension is a small, sharp, zigzag break in the leading edge of a wing which is used to generate vortex flow field to prevent separated flow from progressing outboard at high angles of attack. Now the Dogtooth isn't unique to the F-4 Phantom. It's probably one of the most iconic uses of the Dogtooth, but it can be found in like the horizontal stabilizer of the F-15 Eagle, the wingtips of the F-18 Hornet, and even in some civilian aircraft like the Quest Kodiak. Now, it's unclear if this aviation design will translate into any cooling benefit, but if nothing else, I think we can all agree that this fan, it looks pretty awesome. Now, this next fan holds the distinction of being the easiest fan I've ever printed, and I know I say that a lot, but this time I mean it. This fan printed with no support material. It finished printing in under an hour, and it was just easy. Go, done, that's it. This is the Blades of Blades, and it was created by MHDM. The most interesting thing about this fan is that this fan was created with 3D printing in mind. Now, most fans we have on this show are inspired by other commercial fans, aircraft, race cars, but not this one. This one was inspired by 3D printing itself. The Blades of Blades is extremely thin, 2 layers thick to be exact, and this was done for the specific reason of allowing the printer to print each layer in one movement. Now, this creates a fan that's really light compared to all these other fans, and a lot of other fans I've tested on the channel, and it's very thin, but not only is it light and thin, it's very thick because each layer was printed continuously. Now, lastly, we have a fan that's kind of here just for business only. This is the iBypass 1, and it was created by C-Cuba. The iBypass 1 was inspired by the Mercedes-AMG F1 W05 front wing. Now, I will be the first to admit I don't really follow F1 racing. I don't really know too much about it, but I do know one thing. When it comes to F1 racing, the teams are known to spend a pretty penny on aero. So it's safe to say if F1 is using a specific aerodynamic design, you could take that design to the bank because it probably works. Also, it just looks sweet. The iBypass 1 possesses a degree of design that even Steve Jobs would approve of. When it comes to sound, the iBypass 1 came in around 46.3 dBA. The Blades of Blades came in around 45.5 dBA. The Dogtooth came in around 47.2 dBA. And the Farm Windmill came in around 44.5 dBA. All in all these fans actually all these fans finished pretty well. There was none of them had any even standout frequencies. They were all pretty smooth. They all sounded pretty reasonable. They were all pretty quiet. It was pretty amazing. I don't think we've ever seen anything like that thus far on the series. Now, does that mean they're all gonna perform pretty similar in the flow test? I don't know. In the flow test, no fan again stood out as being the best performer. They all did pretty similar, just like they did in the sound test. Even when you have all the fans side by side, can you tell me which one you think's performing the best? Because to me, they look pretty similar. In the cooling test, the iBypass 1 came with an average temperature of 77.6 at a room temperature of 20.5, giving us a delta of 57.1. The Blades of Blades came in with an average temperature of 77.7 at a room temperature of 20.5, giving us a delta of 57.2. The Dogtooth came in with an average temperature of 78.3 at a room temperature of 20.7, giving us a delta of 57.6. And the Farm Windmill came in with an average temperature of 78.6 at a room temperature of 20.8, giving us a delta of 57.8. Placing the eye bypass 1 in first place, the blades of blades in second, the Dogtooth in third, and the farmhouse windmill in fourth. What's even more interesting is that if we look at these fans compared to every other fan that we've tested in Season 3, they are not only close to each other, they stick together when placed in the big list of all the other fans. The eye bypass takes 4th overall, the blades of blades 5th, and the others stick close by at 6th and 7th. Now last week we had the T33 Mark III, which I still think is probably the best fan or standalone fan, not counting the cheater, that we've ever seen on the channel. But this week I think this is the best group of fans we've ever seen. Never before have we've seen 4 different designs perform so closely to one another, and then when we placed them on the big list, they still stayed right there, right beside each other the whole time. Now, if you like this episode of the Fan Showdown, hope you click the like button. Hope you stick around for future episodes. If you want to get involved in the Fan Showdown, again, check the link in the description below. All the information you need for critical dimensions, where to send the fans is all down there. I hope to see your design in the next episode. Until next time. Bye.